What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ty Millie here with another Dynasty Warriors video. And this video is going to be a little different. Instead of it being a review, it'll be more of a what if, what could, what should kind of video for the Dynasty Warriors series. Now, as a long fan, ever since Dynasty Warriors 3, I've been obsessed with the game. I've probably beat every single one. So the video, since it will be a could be, should be, I don't mean to insult the game or anything. It's not the point of this video, but I think it's time for a revamp. I do like their direction in Dynasty Warriors 9, so I think that was a good start. But we have to keep pushing on to that, add a little stuff, and drop some stuff. So since Dynasty Warriors 10 hasn't dropped yet, it doesn't look like we're going to get a Dynasty Warriors 9 Extreme Legends. So I figure, hey, maybe let's drop a video on what Dynasty Warriors 10 could, would, let's just say maybe, can be. So for the majority of the Warriors series, I would probably say everything after Dynasty Warriors 1 has been a complete hack and slash game. Now, the earlier games, Dynasty Warriors 2 through 5, were a little different. It wasn't as hack and slashy, especially 3 and 2. It was more soldier based and bodyguards and officers. You really wasn't killing thousands and thousands of soldiers. If you did get 1,000, you really did a great job. But as the game further progressed, it became more about killing a lot of soldiers rather than skill in the game or skill from the characters or anything like that. So I think an idea for Dynasty Warriors, just going forward, it really any of the Warriors games, Samurai Warriors, any of them, I think we need to take a step back and take a little bit away from the abilities and the elements and slaughtering thousands of soldiers, and all these officers are just fodder now. Like, it's not as interactive as it could be and should be, or what it was at one point. And in Dynasty Warriors 9, it's kind of showing that they're still going to keep that method of just a bunch of soldiers on the field. But one thing that Dynasty Warriors have always had was a very bad frame rate, because there's so many people on one screen at one time, at all times, unless you just run away from the battle. So I feel for Dynasty Warriors 10, it doesn't have to be as hack and slashy. It doesn't have to be as over the top. We still like our over the top characters, but let's give them a revamp. I like the idea of going more realistic. I think we need to add on to that for Dynasty Warriors 10, and for so on and so on and so on, for sure. Alright, so I won't go any more in detail of what I did with the game, how did I grow up with the game, or anything like that. I want to dive into it. I want to show you all a game called For Honor. It's a game I've been obsessed with since 2018. Ever since I played it, I kind of could not put my hands down from it. And since Dynasty Warriors 9 was more on the slower side, I kind of gravitated to that more. And that's what made me get these videos up a little bit later in time, rather earlier. But I really think they did a really good job at implementing fighting, war, tactics, strategy, and just overall fun. I think For Honor is a great example for what a Dynasty Warriors game could be in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead, go right into it, and show you all some gameplay, show you all just some regular footage, just walking around the maps and stuff like that. There's about 5 to 6 different game modes in the game. Probably won't go through all of them because some go, some doesn't. So, yeah, go ahead and let's get started. Alright, so For Honor. Firstly, the game was made in around 2015, and believe it or not, it's still very much played to this day. A lot of people still love and play the game. They update it, they bring new characters and everything like that. So it's been a pretty huge staple in the gaming community. I'm not sure if it's going to last too much longer, but it's been going pretty strong since I've played it in 2018. And I won't go in detail of all of the game modes and everything the game has to offer. That's not what this video is about. This video is just about what the Warrior series could be and look like in the future. So without further ado, I'm just going to go jump and get straight into it, and I'm going to show you some of the game modes, break some of them down with a little bit of detail. But if you all want more, then you just let me know, and I can always drop more content, and I can go more in detail of the game. Yeah, just let me know. But yeah, there you go. So as you can see, there's nowhere near as many characters. It's not that many characters in this game, and that doesn't make it bad at all. Doesn't make it good, but it doesn't make it bad. Every character is different. Every character fights different, has different abilities, different skill sets. And yes, if you thought that's who that was, that's who that is. That is the great Guan Yu in this game. And yes, so every character is pretty much based on a certain part of history. So you have the Chinese, you have the Japanese samurais, you have the Vikings from more of Europe, and you have knights, which are also in Europe. And it's pretty much a big battle. Everything about this game is war. It is pretty much a Dynasty Warriors game. When I started to play it, that's all I could think about was Dynasty Warriors. It was so perfect that I was kind of upset that Dynasty Warriors didn't have any of this. It had none of this. But yet it had some characters from the Warrior series. So yeah, I love the game. But just interactions like this, just regular game modes, but you see there's infiltrations, there are battle sequences, there are soldiers, bases to capture, and it's somewhat open world. It's somewhat close to a open world style game. You can run around, you can look at the sceneries, there's a whole huge castles, everything is somewhat interactive. There's other portions of the game that connect. So over there's going to be other maps that would be over there. So what I think Dynasty Warriors 10 could do great in is, with that huge map they have, keep the map, keep it open world, just keep it the way they had it, but let's limit the amount of soldiers on the field. I think soldiers like this is fine. I think this is enough. It's not a lot. It's not thousands. It's not where it's crazy amount of characters and NPCs. I think it's pretty cool. And the fighting styles are great. Obviously, you really can't mimic these styles because they're based on this game, but just based on what we could have, I think it'll be great. Now, this is just Dominion mode. I just want to give an example on how it looks. You know, if you get on a castle, you can kind of look down at the whole enemy. You can see if you're losing momentum. You can go down, get momentum, capture bases, kill more soldiers, gather points, and most of all, you have to know how to fight. You have to know how to use these buttons. You can't just use X. And I think that's another thing that is missing in the Warrior series is creativity. You just push X and Y all the time and it gets kind of old pretty fast. There's so many people that I tell about the game. There's so many people that I tell about the game and they just, well, I just don't want to push X all the time. I don't want to have a button mash. I don't want to play a button mash game. And I understand. I get it. You know, I've been born and raised on this game, so I don't mind it. But I would like more people to play the game. I don't want it to just be those same Warrior fans that were playing before. I would like for new people to get on and, you know, we could tell other people to come and play and it could be huge. It could be a huge community. And that's what's missing. And 10 can definitely be a starting point on the competitive side and the more interactive side of the game for future reference and for the upcoming future references for sure. But I think that's enough for Dominion. You know, I'm not trying to win or anything. I just want to give you all a brief summary on just what could be, how the game could be. But I'll probably go to a breach match. I'm gonna go through every single one just to show you all how it's played, how it looks, and you know, leave in the comments what you think. You know, am I tripping? Is the Warrior series the best way? The way they have it? Is this the best format, or do they need a change? So yeah, go to a breach match now. All right, guys. So breach is more of a newer game mode. For Honor, I believe it was developed about 3 years after the game dropped. So Dominion was the big game mode. But after, I guess, popular demand, they created a bigger game mode where now, instead of just being in that one little platform, you have a whole castle that has 3 different layers that has bases, actual bases that have archer points. You have a cauldron that drops lava that can destroy the rams, protect your gate. You have bases, archer points, you have soldiers everywhere. Let's just take a little tour around the map. Have a big archer arrow point, a crossbow. You get on it and you can literally shoot down on the enemy. You can shoot the ram. You can shoot their soldiers that are coming out. You can obviously see the entire map from over here for the most part. You can go up and down ladders, of course. I think a good point would be of the Warrior series, since it's more of a strategical game than this. Maybe you can bring ladders to a battlefield, and maybe you could just put a ladder up as you're invading a castle or you're invading a place. Instead of using grappling hooks, you could better use ladders. That is more realistic. Or maybe, like they have over here, they have a sling, and you can just slide down and you can get from A to B faster, more efficiently this way. And yes, this fire is interactive, so you can actually jump in here and hurt yourself and burn yourself. It's a very interactive game. Everything pretty much matters. And the main purpose of breach is to destroy a ram or to protect it. Me being on defense at this point, I have to destroy it. My main priority is to get rid of this ram because they are trying to get through our point and they're trying to get through our base. We cannot let that happen. You know, to me, it sounds just like Dynasty Warriors. It's everything Dynasty Warriors could be, but Dynasty Warriors could be better. It could honestly be better because they have a lot better characters. They have a lot more characters. It's just we have to put the time and effort into the game. And we gotta make it a little more competitive so more people play it like this. Now, I am playing against bots, so you know the gameplay isn't amazing. And I'm not playing this for the game mode. And I'm not playing this for skill or anything. I'm just giving examples, and it's another game I love. So hey, why not compare it? Maybe we can get a collab one day. That would be great. But I think that's pretty much enough for Breach. I would like to show you all how it looks when he breaks through a ram, but with the way the bots are playing, it's going to take a while. But I'll probably show you all how the ram looks when it hits the ram, when it hits the gate, because it does break it. And once it breaks, you get through. And you'll be on this side of the map. And as you're around this side, you have more bases, you have more archer points, you have more crossbows, you have health points, you have it's a lot too. I'm killing myself because you can't go to one side of the map and not be on the other side. They keep you on one side so you can't just spread out. But yeah, you know, it's a brief summary of Breach. If you all would like more detail or more gameplay, I honestly, I have so much gameplay. I can show you all this for weeks and months. I know my Warrior videos are starting to get a little lackluster. It's not the same as it used to be, but I'm trying to find another niche. I'm trying to find something else, and maybe For Honor can be that. And you know, I don't mind uploading more videos of this, and you know, you all let me know. Tell me what you think. But I think that's enough for Breach. I'll try a different game mode. Well, it looks like they're actually about to break through this gate, and I'm gonna let them just to show how it looks when they actually break through. They actually do it. As you can see, one of your teammates are trying to destroy the ram. So you use the cauldron, destroy the ram. You have a life bar up there that shows where the ram is at when it comes to health. And yes, the pikemen will attack. They are not bonehead, stupid NPCs. They're actually pretty intelligent. And yeah, so you break through and you go to the next portion of the map and you do it all over again. But this time on the map is a little bigger. It's usually bigger when you get to the inside, and it's just so much to it. So many levels and points to the game. It's very, very interactive. But I think that's enough for Breach. That's enough. I will show you all some tribute and deathmatch next. I will show you that. Alright, so here's a tribute match, and there's a lot more maps. I won't go in detail of all the maps. I'm not going to show all the maps because it's quite frankly too many. It's about 20-30 different maps, so I won't show everything, but I just want to give you all a brief tour on some of the maps. There are some of the game modes that are played. So the whole purpose of this game mode is to pick up these, what they call tributes. I'm not really sure what you would call them, banners. I'm not sure, but it's pretty much capture the flag. It's pretty much what it is. But it's not your typical, because as you can see right here, you have a sword. So you put one in here, you're going to get a little bit more attack boost to everybody on your team. And that's pretty much all the game mode is. So you have that attack boost, you have over here, which gives you shield, and then you have another one over here that it's like a little eyeball. So pretty much you can see everybody on the map. No one's invisible. So right now you can't see anybody, but you can see a little red person running over there. That's only because they have the tribute. But if we had one over here, then you'll be able to see every single person on your team. So, and it just went away because somebody just took one and he's about to take it. You get 3 all at the same time. You use 30 seconds, and within the 30, if the enemy cannot take their banners, then game is over. It's pretty much the whole name of the game. And quite frankly, it's not the biggest and most popular game mode, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like the maps. It's a very, very big map for a game mode that's not as big as Breach, but it is pretty big and it's pretty interactive. You can run around and it's like a little village, you know. And I feel like Dynasty Warriors can do this. You know, they have castles like this. You know, they have environments that's just like this, but it's just not as interactive. You have to use grappling hooks to get everywhere. You can't just run around like I'm doing now, you know. And I feel like this would make the game a little bit more interactive. That's pretty much, I guess, the whole premise of this video is let's make the Warrior series a little more interactive. But I think that's enough for Tribute. It's a pretty simple game. As you can see, I'm always running into somebody because there's so much to do in this game and so many different characters that do different things that's faster than others and stronger than others. So yeah, I think that's about enough for Tribute. I'll show Deathmatch. Deathmatch actually has 2 different game modes, so I'll show a little bit of one of them. The other one is more or less like a Brawl, so yeah. And here's a game mode called Skirmish. It's a part of Deathmatch. So Deathmatch is 2 different game modes. You have Elimination and you have Skirmish. So Skirmish is pretty much an open battle. You're on a map. It's a pretty big map, not the biggest, but you have a pretty big variety to run around. But the whole objective of this game mode is to just destroy your opponent. You may get 1 or 2 soldiers, but you're not getting much other than that. You might get about 2 or 3 in the middle, but this is a game mode that is pretty much strictly about fighting. You want to beat, you just want to beat your opponent's ass. That's pretty much the whole premise of this game and with this game mode. And you can run around. You can't get anything. You get no points for doing stuff like this. You can pick up like things like this, and you have like special abilities like health. You can attack boost. You can get like speedy feed where you can run really fast. You have, I'm sorry, he's pissing me off. But yeah, I'm not sure why the bot is just so crazy right now. That's crazy, but that shows the game mode. The bots are not stupid. They're not dumb. They don't just run around doing any everything, and they're just doing dumb stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much for Skirmish. It's not much to the game mode. It's just beat the hell out of everybody. That's pretty much all you're gonna do. And yeah, I would show you Elimination, but I feel like that would be kind of pointless because all Elimination is literally just Brawl, which is the game mode that I'll show you next. But instead of it being 2 people, it's just 4 people. And yes, the bot is after me again, and he came after me again, and another one's coming too. You gotta love it. But yeah, I'll show you all Brawl. Alright, in this game mode, I won't go in much detail. You pretty much, you see what it is. It's a 2-on-2 in the middle of a little map, very tiny. Can't really run unless you run in a circle like I'm doing, and you just fight the enemy. That's pretty much this whole game mode. It's I'm a better player than you, so now, and yes, you can jump your opponents. You can pretty much do whatever you want, and it pretty much put a little more creativity in just fighting. You know, you can fight as a team. You can do honorable 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s. It doesn't really matter. It could be 2-on-1s, and believe it or not, you can win when you're getting jumped. It is very possible to do it. I'm just not putting too much effort in it because yeah, I don't have time to do all that. But yeah, so these are pretty much the game modes in a nutshell. Like I said, if you want more gameplay, you want more stuff, just let me know. I'll gladly upload a lot more videos. But yeah, this is an example of game modes that I believe Warriors would love and want to have in their games. And it's about time we got a couple more game modes. We don't need the same old Musu mode and oh wow, we got um, conquest mode and all those other things. It's okay, but let's put a little bit more effort into the games. Let's put a little bit more effort into how the game is played. Alright, so I'm gonna end it on this one. Just a simple duel match. It's just one-on-one, kind of like a cage match. I'm not sure if you ever watch wrestling or anything, UFC, boxing, but that's pretty much all this is. It's a one-on-one mode just to show who's the better fighter, who knows what they're doing more. Sometimes it's not necessarily, sometimes, it's just a game, so you really can't dictate who's the best. But if you want to fight somebody, you don't want them running away, like I did in the last portion in the Brawl video, you just want them to be here. That's what this mode is for. Very simple. They also have rank. It's the exact same thing. It's just you get more points and you get more things for it. But other than that, that's all duel is. Very simple, but yet a very popular game mode because contrary to what people probably believe, people really care about being the best. So yeah, I'm gonna end it on that. I went through a lot. I don't want to overbear anybody with just a bunch of different stuff. So I'll probably be uploading some more For Honor videos in the near future, just because playing this has revitalized my want to play the game. So yeah, go ahead and end it here. Don't forget, leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell me everything that you wanted to tell me, mean, sad, whatever. I don't care. Just go ahead and let me know. And yeah, I will holler at y'all later. Peace.